guys, I am back with another ASMR request, and this request was that I do a 3D potato chip video. So I figured I'll go ahead and do that right now since I'm dying to open up these chips that I had got yesterday from the grocery store. Today is April 22nd, and before I start, I just want to say rest in peace to Prince. I was so happy yesterday because yesterday was my son's birthday, and then I turned on the TV after being gone all day and finds out that my Prince has passed away, and I was so hurt. I was so hurt. Oh my God, there'll never be another Prince, and I'll forever miss him. He died way too young, way too young. You guys, he was only 57 years old. Okay. Now, I picked up some Lay's potato chips. I picked up one of my favorites, which is the dill pickle. I haven't had no chips for a little while since my last video, so I'm really excited. I'm always excited when I'm about to eat chips. But this will be my first video actually doing it with my microphone, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Now, I am going to tell you a story with this video because I don't know why, but it just came to my mind today. I was just thinking about the times that I was a tractor-trailer driver. Yes, I drove trucks. I love dill pickle potato chips. And I'm just sipping on some water because they got a lot of salt in them. Wow. This story takes place in 1994. And I was about 24 years old. Probably not quite, but close. I lived in Virginia, and I had just pretty much had to start over because I had to move. Because my friend her boyfriend had broken my house. And if you guys want to know about that story, just watch the video that I made. It's called My Friend Robbed Me. Okay? Well, I found out that it was getting harder and harder to make it in Virginia. My next place, the rent was so high. And I had 2 girls. And what I was trying to do wasn't making it. I was doing telemarketing, soul food restaurant. I was a head bank teller in New Jersey, but the pay was completely different when I got to Virginia. So working as a head bank teller wasn't gonna pay the bills back then. And so I started looking through the paper, and I saw in the paper that going over the road as a truck driver, back then you can start out as little as $500 a week and go as high as $2,000 working for somebody. But I didn't know nothing about trucks, so I called the number in the paper, and it turned out that the number led to a school. And it said that I had to go to school for it was 3.5 months of tractor trailer driving school. And they said that, and if you did well, some of the companies come to the school and they may choose you for you to train and work with them. So I was like, I know how to drive a car real good. This can't be hard. I'm gonna go to the school and see if I can do this. But when I first got there, they told me how much I'll have to pay a week to go. I don't know why, but I wasn't qualified for financial aid back then. So I worked and paid my way through tractor trailer school. And, I'm gonna smell like dill pickle. So on the first day of the class, it was about 25 people, and most of them was men. And when I got to class, I think it was only like 2 women, and they were white, and they were more like butchy like more like a guy, and they were hard looking, like scary, because I was young back then. To be honest with you, I wasn't even used to seeing women back then really look more like a man than a man do. I had some boots, some shorts, and a cute little tight shirt. And I sat down. And next thing I know, I heard some of the guys giggling. And I don't know what they giggling for. But I found out later. They were laughing because I was too pretty and pretty, bringing my tail in some tractor trailer school. The instructor was an old white country man. And he didn't play. He looked at me. He said, "Oh, what you gonna do here?" I said, "I'm gonna drive trucks." He said, "For who?" I said, "Somebody. I'm gonna drive trucks." And he took off his hat and he hit his leg and he was cracking up. He was laughing at me. I was saying to myself, I don't know what his old buddy-duddy self laughing at. You know, I kind of had an attitude. So I was saying to myself, I'm going to show him. He ain't going to be laughing at me. So he's like, "Okay, you guys, the first day is going to be easy. You done with the paperwork. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty." So he said, "Everybody come on outside." I was like, "Yeah, great," because I'm not a school person. I get bored real quick, you know. So when he said everybody come outside, I was the first one up. I was out the door. I was ready. And everybody was lined up. And I was kind of like in the middle of the line. Now, some people was ready to get out too. So he said, "Okay, when I call your name, I want you to tell me where the fifth wheel is." I said, "Oh, this is going to be easy. Because whoever he called, I'm just going to copy them." You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Miss Peyton." I'm looking around like, what damn? He got to call me first. And mind you, I'm going to tell you guys, I was the only Hershey Kiss up in that class. And I'm a female. It was just awkward, you know? But I was determined that I was going to do this because I needed to give my girls a better life. You know, I needed income. So he was like, "Show me where the fifth wheel is." I was like, "Man, I got this. And I started walking around the truck and I started counting the wheels. I went around to the front of the hood of the truck and I was like 1, 2. Then I went around the other side, 3, 4. Then I kind of got to the trailer and I was like, dang, trailer got a lot of wheels. Which one is the fifth wheel? So I just kept on looking at the tires. I said, it's got to be the one on the driver's side. That's got to be the fifth wheel. So I walked around to the driver's side. I was like, that one, fifth wheel right here. It just got quiet. And all of a sudden, the whole class fell out. They fell out. They couldn't even stop laughing. My instructor had tears coming out his eyes. And I really couldn't understand what was so funny. I figured I got it wrong. So he was like, "You know what? Okay, y'all, that's it. That's the end of the lesson." And I was like, "He ain't calling nobody else. That's it." We was outside for no more than about a good 2 minutes. So I'm calling to the side. And he said, "Sure? You sure you want to be a truck driver?" And I told him. I said, "Yes. I'm a mom. I got 2 kids and I got a lot of bills. And I don't have no man that stay helping me. or taking care of me. So if I got to do a man's job to make income, I will do it. You know? And he said, okay. And let me tell you guys, I found out about the third class that the fifth wheel is actually on I'm gonna say cab over the truck, and it connects to the trailer, which connects them together is the kingpin. I found that out two weeks later. And yes, I can understand why they laugh. I felt really stupid once I learned what the fifth wheel was. It's the tractor that connects to the trailer. It's the wheel that connects the tractor to the trailer. And we had to go practice over the road. And it was like 3 people per truck and 1 instructor. And it was my turn to go with 2 other guys and the instructor. And the guys, they were doing real good. And they was riding through like city streets, rural area. They were doing real good. Then he pulls over. I said, okay, come on over here and get in the seat. And he told me to show him where the Jake brakes were, where the brakes were. I had to show him how the left and right lights. I had to go through all the little things to show him I knew where everything was. And then he said, okay, let's go. I'm thinking like, yeah, I got this. I was driving slow. He's like, yeah, you acting like you scared. I was saying to myself in my head, hell yeah, I'm scared as heck. I'm scared. I was scared. I felt like I was on a roller coaster. Then I was short. And then when I had to push on the brakes, I laser sketch all over that, you know. So it's like, oh my God, I was scared. And then all of a sudden, we started going up this hill. And then next thing I know, it was like we was in the mountains. I was like, can I pull over now? Can I be done now? He was like, no, girl, come on, let's go. I was like, oh my God, I was scared. I was holding on to the truck like this, driving and everything. And he said, you got it, you got it. I said, yeah, I got it. Man, let me tell you something. I almost lost the wheel. And the trailer started moving by itself. And I saw the instructor holding on to the door, and the people in the back, the guys in the back, I was, oh my God, we gonna die. And at that moment, I was like, I'm about to let go of the wheel. I'm scared. Take over. So he starts standing up. He's like, no, just listen to me. Just calm down. Ease your feet on the brake. Don't step on the brake so hard. Because what happened was I hit the brakes really hard, and it caused the trailer to start moving sideways, you know? And it was like we was about to go over the railing, over the mountains, you know. He put me up there. Like, he put me up there cold turkey. He had them in the freaking streets and put me up in the mountains, right? When I finally got the truck to stop, he told me, get the hell out the truck. I'm not gonna lie to y'all guys. He cursed my ass out. Well, I'm gonna say it all. He cursed my tail out. He told me to start walking. So I did. I was crying. I was boo-hooing. I was so upset. And then next thing I know, another instructor pulled up to where I was at and was like, come on here, girl, get in. Took me back to the class to collect my stuff and everything. And he was like, you know, not everybody can do this. It takes a lot of heart to do this. But you have a lot of heart for trying. It's okay. That's what he said. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to do this. I went home. I couldn't sleep. And I was like, dang, it blow my chances of really being able to change me and my children's lives. I didn't know which way I was going to go from there. Got up that morning. I took my children to the I took my daughter to school, my baby girl to daycare, and I showed up at the school. And I walked in the class, and the instructor was like, and I sat down and opened up my book, and I said to myself, "You ain't gonna make me cry no more. That's it." And he said, "Oh, yesterday didn't scare you enough?" I said, "Nope." He said, He shook his head like that. So after the class was over, he said to me, he said, "Listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you some things one-on-one. I'm going to give you some extra stuff to study because you don't know nothing about a truck. Not one single thing." And I said, "Okay, let me tell you guys." He gave me some one-on-one lessons. He taught me from baby steps. And I had to have these lessons like on Sunday. Like this man gave me lessons and he wasn't being paid for them. And sometimes I came home crying. I was upset. But I showed back up, you know. He never gave up on me. And then one day they said, "Okay, everybody has to take the general practice test. And that means that you have to know all of the 50 general questions to, the road test of a tractor trailer. You need to know all the parts of the tractor trailer. You need to know the S-scams, the brakes. You need to know the tires. You need to know the earplugs, the S-scams, the tires. You need to know everything about the tractor and the trailer. So I was about, I would say, almost the last one to go over the truck for my practice test. And I'm going to say this. I didn't do so good at all. As a matter of fact, the instructor just looked at me and spit out some tobacco spit to the ground. I said to myself, "This man can't stand me. He can't stand me." Like you guys, he just wanted me to go away. See, I accepted myself a long time ago. Not everybody can accept me, and I understand that. I'm a trip. Okay? So he said to me, he says, "Well, I hate the fact that you got paid for this school for nothing." He said, "But at least you learned something, you know?" I said, "Yeah. Yeah." He said, "Maybe you can get a local job driving like a small truck where you don't need a Class A, just need a Class B." I said, "Like what?" He said, "A school bus." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, if I have to go drive in a school bus, then I'll go drive a school bus." So you guys, yeah. So you guys, like, he had no hope in me. So at the end of the school class, after everything, it was time to take the real test and to do the real road test. And if you don't pass the general questions to the Class A general knowledge, you ain't even gonna take the road test. So I took my general knowledge, and I passed. I took the road test, and I passed. I'm gonna tell you, when I came back from taking my road test, the person who gave the test and my instructor and all of the guys were out there waiting to see what was going to be my outcome. And the person said she got the highest score out the whole class, both tests. My instructor started screaming. He said, I know it. I knew she could do it. I knew she could do it. He took off his hat and he was slapping his legs and he was cracking up and he bent down. He put his hands on both his legs and he was just cracking up laughing. And then I'm singing in there. He laughing. I was bawling, crying. It still kind of touched my heart because I'm so sensitive. I'm sorry, you guys. Things that mean so much to me, instead of making me so happy, even when I'm happy, I might spill a tear. Oh my God, I'm so crazy. Oh, yeah. My instructor was so freaking happy, you guys. And I was crying. I became a truck driver at 20, almost 24 years old. And I went over the road. As a matter of fact, 3 of the companies that came to the school were trying to get me to work for them. I chose my company. I made sure I didn't choose J.B. Hunt. Because back then, J.B. Hunt had a bad rep. But I did. I went over the road. And when I went over the road, my next person that I had to train with, I had to be in the truck with him for 3 months, you guys. I hope my makeup not a mess. I had to be in the truck with him for 3 months. But I was able to handle him because of what I went through with my first instructor. Yeah. And we was out there over the road for like a month and a half, and I ain't see my daughters. I ain't see home. And he took an alternative route and suit my head up, told me that he had this nice place, he had a wonderful wife, and we can go, instead of spending our money, they gave us com checks and we could stay in like a hotel. Instead of spending our com checks, we could save them and we can go to his place for like 4 days and we can just relax and I'm going to enjoy it. It's like a resort. So I was thinking, oh my God, vacation. Me and this man argued almost every single day in the truck. He was an old white man. I'm not an old white man. When I was first learning to become a truck driver, I didn't get along with old white men. I got on their nerve, you know? And I never really been around old white men, and I'm sure they never been around a young black girl. So we're from 2 different cultures. So yeah, we was gonna go through some changes. And we told each other off almost every day. Like, he drove me out my mind. I drove him out his mind. But when he mentioned, like, it's going to be like a vacation, I was like, okay, you know? And, because the contracts, if you don't spend them, you get to cash them in and you can save the money, you know? I was like, yeah, this is a good deal. So he went to his place. Okay. I was expecting this big house, this nice place. It was in Massachusetts during the time that all the leaves were beautifully red, brown, orange. And even though it looked like fall, it was cold as F out there. Okay? Cold. And when we got out there, he lived on a campsite. Wasn't no house, no resort, nothing. But it was like really nice though. It was comfortable. It felt like the house when you walk inside of it. That's how nice it was. But everybody had to take showers up the road. They had these little buggies. They come by your place and pick you up, or you drive the buggy up to the shower. I had an attitude. I was so upset. His wife kept trying to get me to eat. I didn't want to eat. I was thinking to myself, I want to be in a warm bed at a hotel. I want to be on vacation. I want to feel like I'm somewhere where, I just needed a break because being a truck driver was not easy at the time of me in the beginning. It was so rough. I was looking forward to just a break. So I told the wife, I said, okay. She said, well, we can make cook dinner. You like hot dogs? And at the time I eat hot dogs. So I was looking forward to a hot dog. And I'm thinking like, damn, when the hot dog's gonna be done? I'm waiting and waiting. I don't smell nothing. She's like, come on, come on. It's time to get ready to eat. I'm all happy. She give me this long fork with a raw hot dog on the end of it. I was like, what's going on? She's like, come on, follow me. I goes out there, like a whole bunch of people out there, like a bonfire, with the hot dogs over the fire. And again, I'm the only Hershey kiss out there. And I'm looking at these people like they out their minds. Like I was so young. I ain't never experienced nothing like this before. I was saying to myself, what the freak did I get myself into? And so I was no longer hungry. So I told his wife, I'm just gonna take a shower. I'm gonna try to go to bed. I just can't. I can't. She said, well, this is what you do, honey. Take the go-kart and go up the road, make a left and make a right, and you'll see this big opening. Go through the big opening, and the showers are right there. And did exactly what she told me to do. You guys, when I got there, all I saw was naked bodies. Nude, naked bodies. Taking a shower, talking to each other, relaxing, drying off. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I was looking around like, and one lady said, what you standing there for? It's a shower right there. So I'm looking like, like it was like a sprinkler, that they set up and the water just kind of shoot out, and you stand underneath it and you take a shower in the open, nude. And to be honest with you, back then I still was kind of shy. Even when I was with a man, I wasn't all that comfortable with like having sex in the light. Like I like the lights off, because I wasn't all that real comfortable with my body. So the thought of taking off my clothes and standing out there to take a shower was obscene to me. Like, are you what? And so I was like, what? I can hold out. I can't do this. So I got the buggy and I went back. This wife was like, why you back so fast? And it don't look like you took a shower. I said, I didn't. She said, oh, honey, why? I said, I can't. They naked. I can't be out there naked. I'm scared. And she said, what you scared of? I said, I don't know. When nobody's looking at my body. She said, honey, nobody's going to be looking at you. I was thinking to myself, all I heard since I've been here, you're so pretty. Your skin's so pretty. Oh, you so cute. You got a nice shape. And she telling me ain't nobody going to be looking at my body. And even if they didn't like my body or like my body, I just didn't want, I just felt like I just wanted to cover up. Like I felt like naked. So she said, you know what? I'm going to go with you. Don't worry, everything going to be okay. We get back up there. I was like, well, is there any way that you could kind of like go up towards the front and kind of stop anybody from coming back here so I could take my shower? She said, no, I can't do that. It's a lot of us live here. People got to go to work. People got children, you know. We're blessed to be able to take a shower, you know. And she said, you know what? This is going to help you build your confidence because you're beautiful. And the last thing you need to worry about is being naked. Now, mind you, this was an older white woman. This woman was about, I would say, 58 years old back then. Had all white hair, you know, older woman. And her husband was older and mean. And so I went back there. So yeah, you guys, I went back there. It took me a minute. Take them clothes off. I took off my sneakers. I took off my boots. My socks. I had on long johns. Back then they were pink. I took them off. I had two pieces. The pants and the shirt or blouse. And then I took off my undershirt, and then I took off my bra, and I was just standing there like this. And I told her, I said, well, I'm going to just take a shower in my underwear. She said, no, you don't want to do that. I was thinking to myself, yes, I do. I can do this. And she said, girl, take them panties off and go take a shower. I took them panties off. I went and got under the water. I was shivering. I was shaking. And it was cold outside. Did I remind y'all that we were outside? Outside, okay? And it was cold. But when I got underneath the water was so warm. I closed my eyes. And I just was rubbing the soap in my hand. I was rubbing my neck. Then I started rubbing my chest. I started rubbing my neck again and my face. And I was just thinking to myself, oh my God, this feels so good. And for a moment, I realized I was free, you know? That's how I felt. I felt free from all the stipulations that society puts on us, you know? And I grew up kind of, you know, like not, you put your clothes on in the bathroom, nobody's allowed to see you naked, wear underclothes to bed and all that stuff. I just grew up not really appreciating the beautiful nude. That's what I'm going to say, the beautiful nude. Okay. And I opened my eyes and I watched the water run down my body. And all I could think about was as my feet was in the pedal, that I was beautiful. That I was a beautiful, beautiful being. And that was my moment. That being nude does not bother me. And we waste a lot of time worrying about what people think, what people going to say, what people thoughts are about you, than to appreciate the time that we have with the body that we were given. That we don't enjoy what has been God given to us. you know? So I learned to love myself in that moment. Even though I couldn't stand her husband, I went through everything that I went through as a truck driver just so I could meet his wife. So she could teach me one of life's greatest lessons, the simple things. Being able to appreciate the simple, the simple things. So there you go, you guys. That's the end of my story. Oh, let me tell you. When I got back to the camp, her husband was sitting out there on the bench and he was cracking up laughing at me. I said, what's so funny? He couldn't stop laughing. He said, I can't believe you did it. I would have never thought in a million years. I said, so you was going to let me stay here 4 days dirty? He said, yeah. He said, yeah, because you've been stinky to me. So he was setting me up, you guys. He was setting me up, okay? But we did. We stayed over the road for 3 months together. And he became one of my life friends. Yep. While I was a truck driver. Sure did. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you want more.